And what is going on, everyone? And welcome to a very sad edition of the Twin Toros podcast. I am one part of your show, Ruben Calvillo. This handsome gentleman next to me, the OG president of Houston Sports, Nick Stevenson. We're going to jump right into what the hell happened last night, but we're brought to you and powered by Sleeper. The NFL season is here, which means you now have a chance to 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy football. Football has never been more exciting than it is now with players like CJ Stroud, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more for up to a 1,000 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right and you could win big. Use promo code 713H on you and you get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. Why were you laughing when I gave that little to CJ
That
Stroud?
man said, "Listen, Ruben, you
Talk to
see
me.
you see what I'm wearing, or you see what I'm not wearing?
You see what I'm unfortunately wearing? You see,
I
this is
don't
this is why I am frustrated, and you just triggered me right now.
listen.
Because what this team did to me last night, I couldn't go to bed. I couldn't put my phone down. I'm at a loss for words, but here I am once again repping
See,
this team
here's the
from head
thing,
to
man.
toe.
When I woke up this morning and realized we were doing this show, I thought, listen, look at me, bro. I got my white chocolate milk dud head out because I ain't got no Texans cap on. I didn't put on no drip. I just wasn't feeling it after last night's game, man. And not that I'm not feeling doing the show, and not that I'm not feeling repping H Town and being a Houston Texans fan, but last night was painful, brother. It was
It,
painful. And you know what made it painful? We talked about it right before the
mhm,
game when we did our preview. You wanted to be optimistic about the Texans on Monday Night Football. You
mhm,
wanted to be optimistic about them on national television. But I told you when you said it, there was that little bit of hesitation, that little
mhm.
twinkle in your eye. I saw it. Like he don't really mean what he's saying right now because he's worried that the Texans are going to Texan. And what did they do?
They
The
texted
fucking Texans, man.
same old Houston Texans. You guys know I hate saying that. They fall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football 20-19. The Texans, I don't think anyone thought, Nick, they were going to start off the season 0-2. You go against two playoff teams, two good quarterbacks, two good coaches, and you just don't look the part. Well, one part of your team does, and that's the defense. The defense will keep you in games the entire year. But once again, we're talking about the offense just not being able to sustain drives, not being able to be explosive, not being just not living up to the hype. And I have to blame everyone. At what point, Nick, do we start looking at our quarterback and say, you got to be better? Nothing is ever going to be perfect for a quarterback in the NFL. And right now, it seems like everything needs to go right for this offense to get something going. If one negative play happens, cancel the drive, it's over. There is no life on this offense right now.
Yeah. The days of CJ Stroud making things happen in spite of things falling apart around him, we haven't seen that in a while. Like you said, it's got to be going perfect. And listen, everybody's going to be pointing the finger at the offense today, and rightfully so, because the offense was bad. But I can't let the defense off the hook, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
they only scored 20 points and they held them to those 14 early, but man, it was death by 1,000 cuts.
Mhm.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers rushed the ball for what, 160, 169 yards.
Yeah.
They just looked like an NFL offense. They were, they had time of possession. They ran 72 plays. The Texans only ran 46. I mean, that the Texans did not deserve to win that game, even if somehow. And here's the thing: there was a lot of people criticizing D'Amico, criticizing Chubb. Maybe he should have fell and let the clock run out. No, you score the touchdown and you trust the defense that you have spent countless resources on,
Mhm.
that you have spent money, you've spent draft capital, you've traded for people, you've given people contract extensions. that is the formula. You're supposed to get the lead in the fourth quarter, hand it over to the defense. And it wasn't just in the fourth quarter, the entire game, bro. The tackling was terrible. The Texans are a physical team. They will hit you hard, but they are not fundamentally sound on defense right now. And that's why I cannot let them off the hook. Honestly, in either of these two games, they weren't good in the fourth quarter versus the Rams either.
Mm.
And yes, the sacks, that's nice. And the low scoring, that's nice. But man, when it came time to drop your nuts on the field in back-to-back games, the defense didn't do their part either.
Mm.
But yes, you're right. CJ Stroud has got to be better.
The entire team has to be better. You bring up the tackle, and then I look at number 39, Henry Tua. What are you doing? An
The game,
opportunity
that
to
is the
end the
game.
game,
That's the
which is
game.
what makes me so frustrating is that would have ended the game. If Dare doesn't fumble last week, you might have an opportunity to go down and potentially put a scoring drive together. So it's like before how we used to see a Texans team win these games, we would say, oh, they could easily be 0-2. Now the other side doesn't look better because I'm saying, oh, they could easily be 2-0.
Yeah,
That doesn't make me feel good at all, but it's true. It's facts. And it
that's
comes
the NFL,
down.
man.
That's the NFL. And why Dare Gumbawale has a captain's patch on his chest, I don't understand. And it's laughable, Nick. It's pathetic that he has cost you 2 games, really. You talk about his blocking performance last night against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Damn near he gave up 2 sacks. The week before that, like we mentioned, the fumble in the last drive for the Texans. Why is he on the field? Why are we giving these important reps to a journeyman, a no one, just because he kicked that field goal for you 3 years ago? That's the reason why he's still here. And oh my God, it's just
You hit the
when
nail
you
on the
see
head.
Dare out there, we're not running the football.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And it's not Dare's fault. He's not the one putting himself out there.
Yeah, you're right.
Why in the world? Like, who thinks, hey, Dare Gumbawale, that's the guy I want for pass protection?
Not the rookie who took 1 catch for 38 yards.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how Woody Marks would do in pass pro.
He
To be
did
honest with
better
you.
than Dare. You saw
Yeah,
him take
yeah,
off the
that's
Tampa
true.
Bay Buccaneers
That's
leg,
true.
and it's like
That's true. That's
it's
true.
now
I'm
back to
just saying,
back
like, I don't
weeks.
know if that's sustainable. And listen, man, not making excuses, but you got Joe Mixon back there. You're feeling a whole lot better. But it's just eh, speaking of people who, when are we gonna, like, can we please get Hutchison in the game? Because every time he's in the game, he does something.
Mm.
Nobody else. I love the rookie. I love the rookie, and I think he has a bright future. But bro, he goes ghost for quarters at a time.
You
And
see,
I don't
you're
know if
talking about one rookie. We
Jaden
have
Higgins.
2 rookies in Jaden Higgins and
Yeah,
Jalen Noel, and they're nowhere to be seen. You
not in
took
the passing
Jaden
game.
Higgins at the top of the second round. You took Jalen Noel in the third. These are supposed to be day one impactful players for you.
Mhm.
And you're thinking Christian Kirk gone, Braxton Berrios gone. These rookies are going to step up and show out. Absolutely not. And they are begging you for opportunities. Jaden Higgins, his 1 catch, big play. Jalen Noel, how many yards did he get in the return game?
Yeah.
These rookies are trying to make plays, but for some reason, the offensive coordinator, Nick Caley, is not putting them out there. I don't know why.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like it's more coaching or players? Because not watching the all 22, we talked about CJ Stroud, man.
He looked bad.
He looked bad, but here's the deal. Is it because nobody's getting open, or is it because he's not confident enough to throw the ball to the open guy? Because
It's both.
he's missed some throws. There was a few times where he had pass protection and just hung on to the ball until the last minute. Listen, there's very few times that he has been protected, but in those moments, you think, okay, I have the wide receiver core, I have the tight ends, I should be able to find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just not finding them. And I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the play calling. It's probably a combination of all of it. The offensive play calling doesn't look any different from Bobby Slowick. It actually looks worse from Bobby Slowick's first year. At least in his first year, we had some exciting play.
Mhm.
It's 2 games in, man, and I'm trying not to go all the way there. And it's like I said, it's spilled milk. Like Nick Caley is going to be the offensive coordinator for this season,
And
at
next
least.
year?
We'll see.
Oh, I will find it hard to believe the Texans move. Like, I don't think anyone gets fired if this season goes south. I really do think that. Um,
If they win 5 games, you don't think
who's gone?
somebody's getting fired?
Who's gone?
If the offense keeps looking the way it has in the last 2 weeks,
You're gonna
Nick Caley's gone. Yes.
a first-time play caller?
Yes, because at this point, D'Amico Ryan's job officially becomes on the line, and he can't afford to play favorites. He can't afford to keep his homeboys there. He's got to find his Wade Phillips. I've been saying this, bro. Go get a vet who knows how to call a game. Go get a vet who's been there before, maybe even a former head coach. Like
He's
you've
he's
got to you've
he's
got
up
to
there
put
in
this staff
Miami.
together.
He's up
Man,
there in
Miami don't
Miami.
look good either. Miami don't look good either.
That's he's up. Ugh, he's up there in Miami. Mike McDaniels, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to come home. I've been clamoring your name the last 2 years, but
Yeah.
you said you don't want to go there because it's only week 2.
Yes.
But
And I'll
Nick,
remind everybody 2 years ago the Texans started 0-2.
okay, your season could be over next week in Jacksonville.
Close to it, yes.
W-
You gotta beat Jacksonville.
You have it's
You
there,
got to. I'm not
there's
saying the
no other
season's over,
choice. I
but you
don't care if
absolutely
you
have to.
win by 1 point. You got to beat Jacksonville to
You gotta
keep your
beat Tennessee
season
too.
alive.
You cannot go into Baltimore 1-3. You can't do it. You gotta win the next 2 games.
Going to Baltimore 2-2, and I'm feeling damn good about this Houston Texans team before the bye or before Baltimore. And then, whatever happens, that game happens. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, if the team that showed up the last 2 weeks shows up in
it's going
Baltimore,
to be another 40 to
you're getting
2.
waxed, bro. You're getting waxed. So I don't know, man. But the sky is not falling. It's just after this type of loss, after this same, if they had lost in a shootout, and this was kind of Baker Mayfield's revenge for 2 years ago, I guess, with the CJ Stroud 42nd come from behind drive. But I'll tell you what, man, I don't feel like this is the same because in this drive, you had so many opportunities to get off the field as a defense.
Mhm.
Aziz Al Shayer with a terrible effort tackling. You mentioned Henry Toto. It's just the whole thing was bad, bro. And then we haven't even talked about the fact that this team got on the 2-yard line
Mhm.
in the fourth quarter
And
and
decided
could
to
not
throw
score.
the ball twice.
And could not score. I mean, you don't trust the run, and then I don't know. CJ Stroud threw the ball out of bounds. Nico Collins was very well covered. I don't think you're completing a pass there anyway. But I'm saying, bro, if you got a team that gets on the 2 and you can't put points on the board,
You got a problem.
you got a problem. You got a problem.
And last week, Nick, they said, "Oh, it's just week 1." And now we're once again saying, now we're here in week 2 and
Okay, we can agree on this. The offense was a little bit better.
the offense was a little bit
The
better.
first drive, I thought, oh, bro, we're scoring 40.
First drive said this is first drive. I said this is why I'm not over there in the booth,
Yeah,
like because all the bitching and complaining that I was doing
yeah,
immediately erased with that Nico Collins touchdown. And
yeah,
you're thinking, what a great scripted first drive
for
from
sure.
Nick Caley. And then what happens next drive? 3 points. Hey, 10 points. Your first 2 drives, maybe we're cooking. Then it just falls from there. And I
So
I
I
I
think
keep on thinking about what happened. Go ahead.
I think what you're gathering from that, Nick Caley's good at scripting
Mhm.
his first 2 drives, but when it comes to end game adjustments, he's not there yet.
Not there yet, but when you said death by 1,000 cuts, that's stuck with me this whole episode. I feel like this is one of those losses where you could say, both sides contributed to the loss, right? The running game, like you mentioned, horrible. The tackling horrible. Had an opportunity to win the game. Henry Tuatua just wants to blow people up. Aziz Al Shayer early in the game, a dropped interception right in his hands, and then
I
the
don't want to throw
offense.
salt in the wound, but you told me in the preview that you weren't worried about the running game from the
I was not. I was not.
they diced this
It,
defense up, bro.
shout out to Sheldon Rankins. He looked decent.
Yes. Listen, I mean, they all had moments. And like I said, they hit hard, they're physical. They make the exciting looking plays. It's the simple shit, bro. Like this the fundamental And that surprises me because that is what D'Amico Ryans preaches
Mhm.
day in, day out. Do your job, do the fundamental, and no wrapping up, trying to do, big shoulder hits. I'm like, man, forget that. Like, and listen, Baker Mayfield, give him credit. That's
Yeah.
what he does. Like, he did what he does. But fourth down, you've been, you've been sacking the man, you've been getting pressure on him, but I cannot say that the defense is completely faultless in
Mhm.
either of these losses, but
But
it's
they're
just
allowed
the
to have
offense
their
is still.
moments.
Yeah, well, the offense didn't put him in a great position. Like I said, the
The
Buccaneers
block
had
punt, they gave you a
72
block
plays.
punt and you did nothing.
No, the special teams was amazing. Listen, we talk about, complimentary football. Well, special teams is really what kept this game close, if you think
Facts.
about it. The
The
block punt,
returns,
the returns, like that's if it wasn't for those things and a missed
the
field
missed
goal,
field goal.
this game might not even be close. Nothing, at least not as close as it was.
Would you would have went for 3, if you were on that 2-yard line on 4th goal instead of trying to go for the game with CJ Stroud?
No, man, with the way the offense had been going,
You would have took the 3
you're on
points
the two. You figure you should be able. I,
to
I don't know
punch
why
it
they
in.
didn't. I don't know why they didn't. Okay, the first one was a pass to Nico. That's what got him to the 2. So you had what, second and goal from the 2-yard line. You try to run it, you get stuffed. Why go away from the run? I guess this. You know why? Because you're not confident in your offensive line because they were getting blown up at the
Mhm.
line every single play.
Yeah,
So that's the
another
reason you didn't run it.
40%, pressure rate
Yeah.
CJ Stroud faced.
Maybe if Joe Mixon is in the game, maybe you hand it to him because you figure he can make up for whatever the offensive line is not doing. But that's just sad, bro. Uh,
We don't even know if Joe Mixon is gonna
You
be
can't.
back.
You can't. That's true. That's what I'm saying. But an NFL team that has the aspirations that this team is supposed to have,
Mhm.
you line up on the 2-yard line against anybody and come away with nothing. It's not good, bro.
What is your
Not good.
confidence in D'Amico Ryans?
Um, as a defensive coach, very high.
As
We've
a
talked
head
about this.
coach?
We've talked about this multiple times, man. And I don't know. I don't think that D'Amico Ryans is an ego guy, but in the NFL, the only defensive head coaches that work out, number one, they have the personnel, and their defense is historically good. Like fundamental, doesn't do what we've seen the Texans do in the last 2 games. They can win a game 9-7, those type of games. Uh, the Texans are not that. And right now, I'm not going to blame D'Amico Ryans for that, but he needs to either have a historically great defense or he needs to trust the offense with somebody competent.
Mm.
He needs, I keep saying this and I know it's repetitive, he needs what Wade Phillips was to Gary Kubiak, somebody who's a vet, who knows what they're doing, who's been there before, has been through the trenches, who knows how to call plays, who can make in-game adjustments, who will make sure the right personnel is out there. Um, but I don't know. I still, well, this is his 3rd year. I told you this season is the first season that eyebrows are going to get raised at him
Mhm.
if things don't go well. And Nick Caserio can't be completely blameless because listen, man, you bargain basement shopped to revamp this offensive line. Let's not sugarcoat it. You didn't go out and get the best guys to put on this offensive line.
Mm-mm.
You were in the $5 bin at Walmart, like looking for offensive linemen. And you know what? That's what they look like. So the Texans are going to have the worst offensive line in football for the second, maybe the 3rd year in a row.
What is your confidence in general manager Nick Caserio?
He is good at finding individual players.
Mm.
Think about the individual players that he's come up with. He's been good at it. Is he good at building a team? Like,
Mm.
I think what's the cliche? When you build a team, you start in the trenches, right? Well, you've got the defensive line, you got your 2 rush ends at least. You've got serviceable to above serviceable defensive tackles. Um, but your offensive line's gross. It's just gross. So that's going to be. This is the first season, I think, if it continues to go the way that it has, that we're going to be questioning, do we have the right combination of head coach, general manager, quarterback? Like, is this the combination that's going to get the Houston Texans to the Super Bowl. I don't not have confidence in him yet, but like I said, eyebrows are starting to be raised at the combination of those three. Straight up. And it sucks. You ready for the silver lining?
Talk to me.
Okay. 2 years ago, you started off 0-2. Ironically, your get right game was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can see a scenario where that happens again. Now, the Jaguars are obviously improved. But I mean, from 2 years ago,
they could put up points, and that's my thing.
Yeah.
T-Law looks a little bit better than what he was. Brian Thomas Jr. Right, if we're gonna give a small
got weapons.
preview, he can't catch the ball right now. He's scared of contact.
Yeah.
But still, they're a team that's trying to figure itself out. And
But I'm saying you have an opportunity for week 3 to be your get right game.
I mean,
again.
get right game. Go to a place where you haven't lost in 7 years and just beat the hell out of them.
That'd be great.
That would be fantastic.
Listen, man, it's not going to completely erase everything that's happened so far, but you're going to feel a whole lot better going into week 4 against a rookie quarterback. And you know what this Texans defense does to rookie quarterbacks. So like you said, you go into week 5, even though you have to go to Baltimore, you're feeling a lot better at 2-2 than you are. I'm not even going to say the other one.
Don't do
1-3, because you're going to win one of the next 2 games. You better win one of the next 2 games, bro. I'm not even going to put that into existence. So yeah, week 3 can be your get right game. The offense did look a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You might be getting Christian Kirk back, maybe.
I doubt it.
We'll see. Now that hamstring, maybe it's a possibility. So I'm just trying to find some silver lining. Jalen Noel, when he touches the ball,
something happens.
So get him involved in the offense, please. Can we please get him involved in the offense? I like the fact that Nico was a little bit more involved. So we saw.
I mean, only 3 more catch. I mean, 9 targets is great, but 3 reception. CJ, you got to put the ball in his hands.
No, 100%, and that's the question mark that's starting to form. I asked you this last week. Where's your confidence that CJ Stroud is that dude? Like he can.
Oh, I believe CJ.
When I say that dude, I mean elite. Like he could be Matt Schaub.
Okay, if elite, no.
Right now he's Matt Schaub.
Right.
He's not even Matt Schaub right now, bro. To be honest with you,
right now he's not elite.
Yeah.
And is he a good quarterback? Absolutely. Anyone calling for his job right now? Come on, let's be real. A quarterback who has 10 wins in the last 2 years, 20 of them, a playoff win at home. Like,
you want to put a statue like Davis Mills behind this offensive line? Yeah, see how that works out for you.
Dude, if Millie goes out there and sling it, we're gonna have a problem.
That's true. Or Graham Mertz, that'd be even worse, bro.
Oh, I hate Graham Mertz. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everyone who was a part of this episode, this unfortunate episode of the Houston Texans 0-2. No one thought this was going to happen. Well, probably the haters. Haters are winning right now.
AFC South Warzone is going off.
Thank God I'm not in that thing anymore. With that being said, that was Nick Stevenson, the president of Houston Sports. I am Mr. 713. Episode brought to you and powered by Sleeper. Promo code 713HOU gets you a $100 deposit match. We love you guys. Have a very, very blessed day.